From the jury to the romantic relationships to the misogyny to the strategies and to the fight, so much is happening in Big Brother All Stars. This week too is so packed, and Mado Africa is here to give you all the juicy details. So stay tuned with us, and I'll be right back. First of all, you guys, let's actually talk about this jury. Of course, like everybody knows that the jury is made up of the runner-ups of 2017, 19, and 20. Which is Bisola, Mike, and Dorothy. And in our last episode, I actually did guess two of them, which was Mike and Bisola. But can we speak on how a jury is supposed to hear people plead? For example, now, the bottom three were obviously Ike, Seyi, and Princess. They were supposed to, how I thought it was supposed to work, or how I thought it was going to work, was the jury will be seated, of course, and then these housemates who are bottom three will come and plead. Because I don't know how Seyi is still in that house after all the misogyny he has been speaking on. Like, any little thing that happens, Seyi will want to remind us that he's a big misogynist. And I don't know why he's still in that house. But at the end of the day, I think I kind of understood why they all voted for Princess, because Princess is not bringing content. At least go and kiss a guy, break plates, do something, like engage. Like, we didn't see Princess until Saturday, which doesn't even make sense, because why are you just coming out on Saturday when voting closed on Thursday? If you knew that you were up for eviction, I feel like you should have been giving us content Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now you decide to come out on Saturday when you already know that voting has closed. By the end of the day, Seyi should not be in that house. He has a wife and kid that he keeps on embarrassing on live TV. He shouldn't be in that house, and that's my honest opinion. And for the jury, I also kind of want them to rotate it. They should have like disqualified housemates come on and be the jury. That's Erica, Tacha, Beauty, and some other people that were disqualified from other seasons. I think that there should be a disqualified segment. There should be an accent segment. There should be so many segments so that it's not just the runner-ups. Because I feel like if they keep it like that, I honestly feel like people will start bribing them. And they will not vote for their friends. Obviously, nobody expected Mike to pick Seyi or Ike over like Princess. Like, I mean, these people were in his set in 2019. Obviously, there's a bit of bias. In as much as people would feel like, oh, okay, oh, they are very unbiased. There's just a little bit of bias. So I think they should keep rotating it so that it's not a stagnant jury that comes to tell us stuff. Now, let's speak on the romantic relationships. I can't even lie. I'm shipping Ade and Venita. I just feel like they have so much to offer, and they have like so many things in common. They're both very smart. They're both very, they have a game face. Like, when it's time for them to play games, like, you can see Venita has a game face. You can see Adekunle has his game face. But I also think they clash, because at the end of the day, she's a very loud mouth and she likes to be everywhere. Adekunle, on the other hand, is very quiet and he likes to take a step back, even if all of us know that Adekunle gossips once in a while. But I think it's such a great ship. But people on Twitter have been saying that the ship will wreck, or Venita is spoiling Adekunle's game because Venita likes to be in every place at every time, like when something bad is happening in the house. But I also genuinely think that Adekunle keeps Venita in check. For example, when that fight with Bbnaija and CeCe happened, you see that Venita was not in that circle because she don't go fall in love. She was obviously with a man. Like, because she was with a man, she didn't have the strength to be at the garden when the fight was happening. Now, let's talk about another brewing ship, Soma and Angel. Last week, when I came here to give my own 2 cents, Soma and Angel, they were not an item. Now, they're an item. And she has insulted him. Every time, Angel is always saying, nobody in this house, the men in this house don't make more money than me. Who can give me 10 million naira? But I mean, like, does Soma make that much money? I really don't know if that's her game or if she genuinely likes him. And I think Angel obviously clearly has a type. Anyways, I don't have anything to say about that. She should enjoy her game. She should play her game. After all, this is actually a game. And I also feel like people keep forgetting that Big Brother is a game. You're supposed to play a game in order for you to win. Another ship that is really happening, that is brewing, is Naija and T-Badge. But people have been saying that they feel like Naija and T-Badge are doing something outside of the house. Because when they came into the house, it was giving, oh, both of us, we go down on the low outside or behind closed doors. And V actually tweeted I always love to be right. Because I remember V had said something in the likes of T-Badge liking Neo. And now we can see it in the house because there's a clip of her saying she likes Neo. After denying during the reunion, she has been denying. Like, I mean, like, T-Badge is always commenting on how men should behave or how men should dance in the club or how men should move to the women instead. And she actually is doing what she preaches against. It's not gelling. Now, Mercy and Whitemoney kissing in that club. I don't even know. Like, it was this yesterday because I remember Whitemoney had told Mercy, let's both like form an alliance so that both of us will be the last people to leave the house as per past winners, which I think shouldn't even be possible. Like, I feel like Big Brother should give other people a chance to win and not make a past winner a winner, because everybody, I think mercenaries are so confident that Messi is going to win. Like, and I personally think it shouldn't be so. Other people should have like a say to winning the 120 million naira. But now let's focus on Mercy being so horny on Saturday. Like, I mean, she kissed Kid, she kissed Whitemoney, and there was something going on with her and Fraud somewhere in the background, like on that Saturday. But anyways, maybe not too much on Mercy. Maybe she misses her man. Maybe it's her strategy. Because obviously, like, Mercy is clearly very, very hot. And then she knows that she has so much power. She knows that she's like a queen mother in the house. So if she moves to you, like, you're privileged enough to get moved to by Mercy. Let's talk about, what else are we going to talk about? Yeah, let's talk about the evictions. Obviously, like I already said, like, Princess should have had so much to offer. I just feel like I honestly feel like Kayode does not even like Princess, because if Kayode liked Princess, at least he would have shown us Princess. Like, how can you be the first person to leave in your season and be the first person again to leave in this season? And another thing, like, I also feel like let's go back to the judges. I also feel like the judges should have given us reasons as to why they needed to take somebody out. For example, now, Princess had a storyline brewing. There was the whole Princess, Uriel, Neo, and T-Bad situation going on there. Like, I feel like they should have left her there. It was clearly a square. Sheyi, I don't know why Sheyi is in that house. Sheyi instigates, but the way he instigates from a misogyny point of view. Like, he's always trying to downgrade a woman. So I don't know why Sheyi is in that house. But Ike is a game player. He just probably doesn't have as much fans in the house, but he's a game player. I think Ike should be in the house. Although that Ike should actually be in the house. He steals a lot. He has a bad character. He steals a lot. But at the end of the day, he's a game player. Let's talk about the strategies. People are clocking people's strategy. For example, Doyin had mentioned that she has clocked Kid's strategy. Kid's strategy is to instigate and then remove his hand. He would instigate and then he will remove his hand. For example, the path. Let's talk about the broader path. The path between Ike, Kid, and Pere. And they want to obviously drag crossing it. They already said, I think they already clocked that so many people feel very confident because they have like a solid fan base outside the house. So now, because you're confident enough to feel like, oh, you're not going to leave until the last day, Kid is already feeling some kind of withdrawal symptoms from that. Like, oh, like, what gives you the right to be that confident? And I genuinely feel like Kid is scared of CeCe, because when Neo had mentioned to him that CeCe was chaotic during her set, like she would always be up and she would always come back because Nigerians kept on voting for her, he decided that, or he clocked that, oh wow, this is actually a big game. And then him, Kid, Ike, and Pere had all come together and they said that they were never going to separate fights. And genuinely, people on the internet are upset about it, but genuinely, I feel like people should always understand that Big Brother is actually a game. If I was in that house and my competition is fighting, and I know that Big Brother is likely to give them a strike or disqualify them, why am I stopping my competition? It's a game. It's a game. If you're gonna copy the American system of Big Brother, do it right. It's a game. Like, nope. You want to fight? Fight. That's cool. Like, when you fight, you get disqualified. I have a chance of winning the 120 million. Like, why do I have to stop you to fight? It's just the way that they are doing it. For example, there was a clip of Cross wanting to stop CeCe from fighting from having some kind of altercations with Bbnaija, and Kid dragged him and was upset, like, why are you stopping them from fighting? Like, obviously, like, I understood where Kid was coming from, but I didn't feel like he needed to do it in such an aggressive manner. Like, it's one thing to say, okay, oh, I will not stop. It's one thing to just be balancing, sitting down, like, okay, watching your competition fight. But it's another thing to intentionally go and stop somebody from stopping them. It's giving awkward. It's giving weird. Pere on his own was just sitting down, like waiting for them to fight to get disqualified. But Kid was making sure that, oh, they fought. Like, he instigated it. And Doyin clocked Kid's game. They've all also clocked Ilebaye's game. Ilebaye instigates, then she removes her hand, and the next thing she says is, oh, I'm 22 years old. And I like that CeCe clocked her. At 22, I obviously was called to bar. What have you achieved at the age of 22? I was called to bar at the age of 22. What about you? Like, what have you achieved at the age of 22? And I liked that everybody has clocked Ilebaye. Like, she would instigate and she would remove her hand, and then she would go and be crying because she knows that Nigerians love that pity card. Like, they love oh, you're bullying Nigerians. You see pitying and bullying. Oh, she was bullied. Oh, she was this. Oh, she was that. Like, they've already clocked Ilebaye's game. And I genuinely wish that people just ignored her, because whoever gave her that strategy did not do right. Like, that strategy is not gelling. It's really not gelling. So those are the two games that I feel like people have clocked in the house. I think there's another one that people have clocked. Let me go and look for it. Strategies. Yes, Ikes Strategy. Now, let's talk about Ikes Strategy. Ikes Strategy is to make sure that everybody is drunk on Saturday so that he will go and steal. Like, he has already stolen Angel's coins. That's his strategy. His strategy is to, I feel like Ike is moving like Brighto. Like, he would come, drop pin, and then remove his hand. Like, he will make sure that he just says something. I don't know if he does it under like the radar, or he just openly like does it. Like, he wants everybody to be out of their touch so that he can do things in the middle of the night when people are sleeping. And to be honest, I'm not mad at it. But at the end of the day, whatever you do in the Big Brother house actually tells who you are in person. People are staying in a house for 3 months. You cannot tell me you're going to pretend for 3 months. Whoever you are exhibiting in that house, especially if we had watched you before in other seasons, and then you come again to do the same things, that's actually how you are in real life. Like, Ike just wants to steal. And I feel like he steals in America. I'm not even going to, I feel like Ike used to steal in America, because all he thinks about is how much he wants to steal, what he wants to steal next, who he's going to go and instigate, and the likes. You know, him and Kid. You see, Ike, Kid, and Pere, I'm really scared of that trio. I'm genuinely scared of the trio. Let's talk about the party and the games. You know, after every party, they always kind of want to play games. And I also feel like everybody's trying to be a brown builder. Like, nobody really wants to be open enough to play the game. For example, now, because they know that they have millions of people who probably follow them on social media, they all want to like withdraw. For example, they were playing like the Oracle game with Adekunle and Venita. Like, you see how everybody was just commenting their hand. Like, they didn't want to do things. They didn't want to say things. They didn't want to get involved in some kind of drama. Everybody's still building their brand. And that's why I personally do not like All Stars, because you're bringing back stars into the house. Like, everybody's forming now. Everybody's literally forming like, oh, I have more followers than you. Or, you sit down when you're watching TV. The next thing you know, somebody's telling you, oh, I'm getting more money than you. They paid me 10 million. They paid me 3 million. Like, okay, but you're still in the same house with people who probably don't have as much money as you. If you were bigger than the show, you would not come back to the show, except you're getting paid for the show. So why are you in the house? It's not even just All Stars. Like, every other season, like, people would come into the house and they want to prove that they are bigger than other people. Like, if you're bigger than other people, you should have rejected coming on Big Brother. Like, if you feel like you don't need the platform, like, can we all stop pretending like we don't need the platform? The platform has genuinely helped so many people. Like, look at Bisola. Who associates Bisola with Big Brother? This is somebody that was a runner-up in 2017. If you look at Bisola now, the first thing you're thinking is she's an actress. You look at Toby, the first thing you're thinking is he's an actor. You will never associate those people with Big Brother. Like, it takes, like, there's a list that you would get through before you reach, oh, they actually did go to Big Brother. So can we all stop pretending like Big Brother doesn't really help people, especially people who are always on social media trashing them, like, oh, they did not help my life, they did not do this, but they gave you fame, like the fame that you currently have. Big Brother puts you on the platform to get that fame, and because you have that fame, you have that money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, can we all just stop pretending like Big Brother is not a poverty alleviation scheme? Like, can we all stop pretending about that? Another thing I kind of wanted us to talk about are the fights. Angel, Shay, I've discussed that. CeCe and Bbnaija, like CeCe said people have activated her, and I wouldn't lie, I feel like people have activated her because she has always been calm. Like, throughout this season, she has been very calm. And then the thing with Bbnaija blamed it on her drinking alcohol, but I don't know if I believe that because Bbnaija has fought with almost everybody in that house. And now, if everybody has a problem with what you're doing, you are the problem. If you fought with 10 people in that house, you are the issue at the end of the day. And like, she now went to pick on, CeCe, if you people watch CeCe during Sigo, was it Sigobe? No. I said it wasn't Sigobe. I've forgotten CeCe's name set. But if you guys watch CeCe in 2018, CeCe can go all day. Like, CeCe can start at 10 a.m. and end in 48. Like, CeCe can go all day. And why I like CeCe is she would insult you from beginning to end, but she will never raise her hand. That's how you just know that CeCe is actually a barrister, because she will use her mouth, but you see her hands, she would just never raise it. And Bbnaija, you really should pick your battles. Like, of all people, it's CeCe that you really want to have a tussle with. But I'm genuinely glad that CeCe and Doyin had a conversation with her yesterday, being Sunday, after like the live eviction show. I really liked that. It was some kind of maturity there, because if it was me, I would have kept malice for trying. Like, if you ever try to come at me like that, that's the last time you would ever speak to me, except we're probably in the same group, or we have to do something together as a group, or yes, as a group. That aside that, you would just never hear from me again. This week has been so packed. Like, there's just so much to dissect this week. There's so much. People should stop fighting with CeCe. Adekunle and Venita, they fight a lot. But I'm glad, because that's my favorite ship in the house. I can't wait for them to work. I really cannot wait for them to work. He's giving mommy and daddy. He's giving romantic. He's giving intelligence. He's giving sexual. I cannot wait for that. Come on, are you mad? Like, that's my favorite ship. I woke up in the morning, I pray to God, I opened Twitter and I searched Adekunle and Venita. I love them. They are my parents. I love them, but please stop fighting. Although, like, in relationships, sometimes you need a bit of spice to be able to keep I like a bit of drama, because if there's drama in the relationship, it keeps the relationship alive. Like, if everybody's so peaceful, if everybody's so, I'm mature, like, boring, boo, tomatoes. That's why I really want them to, like, have fights, but, like, not fights to the extent of hating each other. Like, that doesn't make sense. Now, let's talk about the tweets. Let's address the tweets. The Level Up Housemates always seem to, and I like it. I wouldn't lie. I like it. It's giving group chats, WhatsApp group chats. That's what it's giving. You know, when somebody's attacking your sibling, everybody on the group chat is like, oh my God, Avengers, assemble. Let's fight these people. That's what it's giving. And like, at the end of the day, like, it's one thing to always want to defend your person. It's another thing to know when to pick your battles. Because at the end of the day, like, Bbnaija was wrong. Like, whatever happened on Saturday, Bbnaija was wrong. Like, coming online to be defending blindly, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why not sit down and drink your tea and, like, look for, like, endorsements? Like, you're now saying, like, the way they were now tweeting, like, oh, like, you're old age. Like, they were trying to age same CeCe, like, oh, you're grown to be fighting somebody that's 22, blah, 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 blah. And in my head, I was just like, you are not even, like, you behind your phone tweeting all these things should be ashamed that Big Brother did not even call you. You're not dramatic enough. You're not entertaining enough to be called. There's some people that were called that obviously declined, but you're literally behind your phone tweeting about people that you're watching, like your mates that were there last year are still there this year because Big Brother called on them because they're very entertaining. Now you're behind your phone tweeting and you're not called. And do you know what's annoying? They will tweet and they will delete. Like, I mean, like, why are you deleting your tweets? Like, you were coming for somebody, but now you're deleting your tweets because you saw that her fan base attacked you. Like, it doesn't make sense. Can we all just grow up? But anyways, last week, was so packed. There's just so much to discuss. And I genuinely love this All Stars because so many things are brewing. Like, there's so much storyline going on. And I will be here to actually analyze it from my own point of view. Remember, this is my point of view. You can have yours, but this is my space. This is my office. This is my point of view. I have my own ideas. I have my own thoughts. I have my own 2 cents. You have your own 2 cents. So please allow me to have my 2 cents. My prediction for HOH. I think what game do I think they're going to play? Something very innovative. Like, I think they're going to look for something. Like, there was this game that they made them Toby play in their set where they had to look for a paper that says HOH of the house. I think that's what they're gonna do this time around. The black card, I don't want my favorites to be safe. I want my favorites to be up every week, because if they're up every week, they build up their fan bases. Like, their fan bases become very solid. They re-strategize. They know, okay, we're good in this, or no, we're not good in this. Let's re-strategize. Let's get more IUCs and whatnot. I want my faves. Okay, let me tell you people my faves. My faves are CeCe, Adekunle, Venita. Those are my actual faves. I like them. Angel, Mercy, Ike, just a touch of them, but I genuinely like Adekunle, Venita, and CeCe. Like, I really want them to go far. I feel like they're bringing some kind of storyline to the game, and we need a storyline in the game, because obviously Nigeria is too hard. Like, I cannot go out and work and then come back and be bored. Like, I need to be able to turn on my TV and have a good laugh, or argue about something, or talk about something. But all this will be discussed here on Mado Africa. My name is Steph Numbachu. Before you go, make sure that you like, you comment, you subscribe, you turn on the notification bell, you share to your friends, to your enemies, to your uncles, your grand aunties. Make sure everybody watches this video. Let me know in the comment section what you think about my own point of view. And yeah, I'll see you next week.